Evening, ladies and gents. Continuation.
Baphomet, according to Gnostic texts,
to my other
literally
video.
means absorption into wisdom, because we are living inside a living computer hologram construct that is eating our consciousness to gain ever-increasing amounts of wisdom and knowledge, exactly like the sadistic technologists want to do in their quest to become God.
Listen to this guy speak now. It's coming up right now. Listen to what he says.
We are going to become gods. Period. If you don't like it, get off. You don't have to contribute. You don't have to participate. But if you're going to interfere with me becoming God, you're going to have big trouble. Then we'll have warfare. The only way you can prevent me in this 50 year is to kill me. If you kill me, I'll kill you.
Baphomet.
Let's go again with that.
Like it. We are going to become gods. Period. If you don't like it, get off. You don't have to contribute. You don't have to participate. But if you're going to interfere with me...
It doesn't mean we the people. He means him and the Dark Brotherhood who are controlling this realm and has been since day one.
He becoming God, we're going to have big trouble. Then we'll have warfare. The only way you can prevent me in this 50 year is to kill me. If you kill me, I'll kill you.
Baphomet, as the all-seeing absorber of wisdom and knowledge, is the symbol for the matrix computer construct of Saturn, where our consciousness is put on ice by Kronos, Saturn, who eats all of his chilled Ren, because we are the chilled Ren who have...
By the way, Baphomet, she's a goddess, and goddess Sophia, who was taken and inverted into evil, satanic, dark, like an entity. You know, Aleister Crowley and his little firm hijacked the mother goddess, Baphomet. I've got some info about it, which I'll tag in the comment section when I've posted this video, guys. Okay, it just enlightens you a little bit into who Baphomet is, you know, because we all see Baphomet as a bad, dark, you know, entity, deity. But it's not true with what we've been told or what we've been shown about Baphomet.
Have our consciousness frozen in the dead urn of Saturn. The suffix of Ren from chilled Ren is the Latin word for kidneys, name of a precious stone. The kidneys are the beans of our magical biology, as connected with our jack in the beanstalk spine that filters the impurities of our created energy before being brought out for use by the ETs. This is also shown in the Swedish word "ren," that translates as clean, clear, pure. The third bean is our pineal gland, and is alluded to in the slang term bean, which means head. And when someone spills the beans when telling a secret, or is full of beans when not telling the truth.
There you go, eh? There he is. Look, old Neo. Matrix was just a documentary. They love putting truth in the movies, lies in the news.
The prefix of kid from kidney is also by definition a goat, because it is the goat god of Baphomet that we are contending with. Saturn's position of dominance is in the constellation of Capricorn, it being Saturn's sign, which is also the sign of the goat. The god known as Pan is also depicted as being a goat god, because this matrix is Pan's labyrinth.
Look, I'll pay you, man. Fucking hell, mate. There's the Baphomet, look, which they've turned into a...
Saturn is the mainframe computer that is putting the hex on humanity, and a hex is an evil spell. This is the reason that this spell is in all of the languages, because they are spelling the spell out for us. A spell that is written in cursive, as their wand of words is word around and around us, because a word is word to complete the sentence of this grimoire spell that is done by using grammar, because the word grammar came from the French grimoire, which was altered from the term grammaire. When we are learning grammar, we are also learning about the grimoire of our lives.
Don't do cursive writing no more, do they? I think it's banned in schools, isn't it?
It is also the cursive writing of the snake that is writhing these grimoire hexes upon us, because that's what cursive writing is, the writhing of the jail pen that we are inside of while playing out this sycophantic storyline. Writhing is by definition a snake-like twisting motion that works its way down the page, because a page is by definition a slave. We are the storyline page slaves who are forced to follow the sick tales that are spun and woven for us from the sadistic mainframe computer hive mind of the Saturn Matrix. This story is recorded on our spines, because just like the spine of a book, it holds together our story that has a certain amount of signatures in it. The folds of paper in a book are called signatures, and each one of us has certain signatures in our coded character personality that is energetically shown when providing a signature for a contract.
Wow.
If someone cannot provide a written writhing signature, an X put on paper works fine for the system, since X represents Saturn and our enslavement inside of it.
Fucking deep, man. Deep. We've all done that, haven't we? I've done it.
That's the nature of our character, because a character is a written symbol of speech in this story, and is also an imaginary person that is represented in a fictional story. That's all of us, the imagination of ourselves or ourselves, because we are locked in this prison system fictional matrix grimoire with a very limited jurisdiction that controls our life terms. Our signatures indicate that we agree with the story and its diction. Each signature is made up of a certain amount of pages, slaves, that get turned. And once they are turned, there is no turning back, because this story only flows in one direction.
That's what it is, a never-ending story.
Each chapter is an ending, the death of many pages and signatures, otherwise known to you as the people in this reality. A chapter is the Latin caputa, which is where the writer will cap it, and is why this life is also a death sentence. We all must die and be given a cap-ut-all name, or cap-it-all capital name. This is your stage name, because all the world is a stage, which is anagrammatically the gates of death. Stage is also gates, because these gates swing open and closed for the random entrances and random exits of all the characters, actors in this life. Does that not correlate with your own experience? A random entrance called birth, to be followed by a random and unknown exit called death?
Unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable.
Throughout life, we become fond of certain characters, because the characters are also the fonts, which is why we are fond of certain characters and not others. Many families are developed, and a paragraph is by definition a family of characters, as shown also by the suffix word graph. That means a visual representation of the relations between certain quantities. That's what a family is. A visual representation of the relations of a certain quantity of family members. A specific number of family members within their quartered paragraph space that contain a number of different characters who are trying to get along and be fond of each other, while also attempting to find their place within the dynamic of the storyline structure. The paragraph that exists on a certain page or pages within the book of life with a family that is graphed on par with each other, hence paragraph. A page is a servant and slave, and the etymological roots of the word family correlate with this, since it is derived from the Latin famulus, meaning slave, servant, house of slaves. Sometimes family members have to move forward in this life story without each other, since a widow is definitionally the last line of a paragraph that is printed alone at the top of a page. An orphan deals with this misfortune as well, seeing that it is the first line of a paragraph that is printed alone at the bottom of a page.
Yeah, all theatre, mate.
If you do not like this book, the other characters who accept this Matrix story will call you weird and crazy, which is also why the jurisdiction of the court is going to book you. Book you a date into a building that is a certain number of stories tall, because this is a tall tale with the same sentence that is going to be repeated over and over again. A sentence handed over by the judge that heard the case from the characters, because every character is either written in uppercase or lowercase. That's why there are lower courts and higher courts who understand the different levels of case law. Before someone is booked into the jail pen, they are read their rights, because a book is read from left to right by the one who writes it. These rights are the right to remain silent, because the story writer is going to write you in as being silent, because to the gods, silence is golden.